Okay, dice, okay.
Hola, somos Ellas al Frente, yo soy Natalia.
Y yo soy Aide.
Y estamos aquí con Chinyelu, una jugadora del Mazatlán. Muchas gracias por la entrevista, sabemos que vienes llegando, entonces apreciamos mucho tu tiempo.
Todo bien.
¿Cómo has estado?
Bien, sí. Un poco cansada, pero...
¿Qué tal el vuelo?
Larga, mucha distancia,
pero
ya estamos aquí lista para mañana.
Okay.
Me gustaría preguntarte cómo empezaste, cómo te empezó a llamar la atención el fútbol.
Voy a seguir en inglés.
Sí, claro, no hay ningún problema.
Okay. My dad, he's Jamaican, Jamaican. Yeah, when he came to the U.S., he came to play, and in our house, he kind of got my older brother, to play. And when they would train, I would want to go join them and try to practice and train. So it started from there, and then he taught me how to play, and I continued. So.
Okay, entonces iniciaste por tu papá, por tu hermana, desde niña queriendo jugar.
Yeah, football in Jamaica is really, it's kind of like in Mexico. It's part of the culture. Not for the women, but I had to open my dad's heart a bit to teach me how to play. So once we started, we just went straight.
¿Y cómo fue decirle a tu papá que querías empezar a jugar fútbol? O sea, ¿cómo lo aceptó él al principio?
At first, he wasn't... it's not that he didn't accept it, but he was more focused on my brother, my older brother. And then I had to get my mom and say, hey, like, I want more attention. I had to tell on him, basically. And he came to see me play a really bad game. Like, I don't know, like we call it rec soccer, where people wear their shin guards here, and very bad. But he saw me play and he said, okay, she's not bad. And then it became a triangle of football in my house.
Entonces, tú naciste en Estados Unidos.
Sí.
Okay, y empezaste, o sea, en Estados Unidos hay una cultura muy abierta a desarrollar el deporte en los niños, en los jóvenes, en la escuela secundaria, en la universidad.
No, I mean, en los Estados Unidos hay muchas oportunidades para niñas, pero because my parents, they're not American, so they didn't really understand that community. So I grew up playing with men or with the Caribbean friends with my dad, or a lot of time the Latino communities in my area, and I would be the only girl playing, and that's how I started some of my Spanish.
Okay.
But yeah, so, and then when I got a bit better, I joined women's teams, girls teams, so yeah.
Okay. ¿Cómo fue comenzar a jugar con hombres?
It was difficult, but I didn't really think about it because I trained with my dad and my brother, and he prepared me, like, okay, make sure when you go, you're strong, like, don't, he taught me, how do I say, like, he kind of helped me not be so nervous about it and just focus on my football. But I knew most of the times when I would go play, I would be the first girl they've ever seen playing. So I felt more like, okay, I need to represent for the other girls so that they know, okay, we can play also.
Okay.
Y bueno, antes de empezar a practicar el fútbol, ¿practicaste otro deporte o te llamaba la atención otro deporte?
No, I'd say fútbol, like, era mi deporte primera. But después, track and field, no sé, atlético. Or like running.
Atletismo.
Yeah. I was a distance runner, so mile, 2 mile, 3 mile,
Pista.
Yeah, running. Y por eso soy media campista, porque I'm just running muchos kilómetros. So, yeah.
Okay. ¿Jugaste un mundial?
Sí.
¿Cómo decidiste representar a Jamaica a pesar de que naciste en Estados Unidos? ¿Y cómo fue esa experiencia de jugar un mundial?
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, it was the first time for any Caribbean country, and the first time for our program. Obviously, my first time also, and I think it was really important to get the our country like on the same stage, and for people to see that we have talent. And I think even I was in the national program while playing in the U.S., but it wasn't something, and I was proud of it, but no one really cared. No one really cared about Jamaica until we went to the World Cup. Much like a lot of other countries, once you do well, then you bring attention, and I think it was important for Jamaica also, because then they started to create some more opportunities for girls to play, and more money came into the program too. So it was amazing. But then of course we played against Brazil. I got to play against Marta, I'm trying to think, maybe was she in that game? Either way, I got a picture with Marta.
¿Cómo fue conocer a Marta?
Yeah, it was amazing, and she's such an amazing person. She came to our locker room afterwards just to say, just to congratulate and say hi and meet people. She's an amazing person on and off the field. So just seeing some of like the top players, my family also made it, and it was a dream.
Okay. Aquí en México, ¿cómo ha sido tu adaptación? ¿Qué es lo que te llamó la atención para venir?
I think the league has had a lot of success the last couple seasons. I think even with the national team, they've been improving and doing so well. So I've been just like watching Mexico a little bit. I have a couple friends that have played here, and so I'm like, yeah, I want to play Mexico, but I didn't really feel ready yet, or my time. And yeah, I just had an opportunity, and seeing a lot of international players coming, and like the level has really improved. How they're advertising the league, and like the type of support is also really good. So it just felt like a good time to come. And I think it's going well. Like I'm really loving it. It's a lot of games, really good teams. I'm working on my Spanish little by little, improving.
Sí, poco a poco.
Poco a poco, paso a paso.
¿Qué equipo consideras que ha marcado más tu carrera y por qué?
It's a good question. I think the most important team, and it was more so the experience, was my very first one. And it was a team in Kazakhstan, way far away, but it was my first professional contract out of college, and it was a team that played in Champions League. And I didn't really know where it was on the map, but I knew that they were playing in Champions League, and I went, and I got to play against PSG, and that tournament like changed how I viewed myself as a footballer. And that being my first experience and playing against some of the top players, and I felt good, and I'm like, okay, I can be here, and like I'm gonna keep pushing in my career and staying with my national team. So I think it was important for me to kind of see the level was, play against some of the best players, and kind of measure myself. So yeah.
De cómo empezaste hasta ahorita, ¿cómo ves el cambio?
Yeah. It's changed so much. I was actually talking to my best friend who plays in Spain right now. We're a similar age, so we've been in the game for a long time. Won't give the age, but I've seen so many like developmental stages of the game, and I think there was like maybe since like the last World Cup, it kind of went like this. I feel like it's grown a lot. So I think the last two World Cups were really important in creating a lot more investment for the game. And I think that's the main thing that the sport is missing is, the teams that aren't performing the best, they're the ones that just need more support and more investment. Because you look at some of the top teams, when they're able to get financial support, or they have men's team support, they're able to have more success, and kind of create more opportunities for their talent to be shown. So I think it's in a good direction. It doesn't have the roots that the men's game has, but I think I always say this, like, it feels like a startup business. Like, it's, people are putting in a lot of money, but we need to go deeper sometimes. So I think it's going really well. And I think, honestly, the Women's Mexican League is a good example of that. I think because at the beginning they weren't allowing a lot of international players.
No.
And I know that was to improve the football domestically. And at first people were like, that's so dumb. Why would you do that? And the team struggled a bit at the national level. And now we're seeing, whoa, like the flowers, you know? So I think it's a good example of taking some time to invest and put the right time and money in, and then you can improve it and it'll last longer. So.
Dijiste que jugaste una Champions League. ¿Cómo fue jugar una Champions League? La experiencia completa.
Yeah, I think my eyes were like, like that. I mean, it was my first experience in my career, and you know, I didn't really know what to expect, and I think right now the tournament has grown even more.
Yes.
So it's good, but I was, you know, it was still important when I went, and I think we went to the round of 16, which was really good for our team from Kazakhstan. But it was amazing. Like it opened my eyes to the international level, and it really inspired me to keep playing and playing against, you know, top players. And I'm like, whoo, this is where I want to be. I mean, it was amazing. Yeah.
Yo creo que ya sería todo para que
Okay.
te dejemos descansar.
Sí.
Para el partido de mañana es un partido importante
Sí.
y bien descansada. Entonces, muchísimas gracias por apoyarnos. Suerte mañana.
Tiempo.
Thank you. Gracias. Thank you for having me.
Y